Welcome to Millennial Milkshake, the podcast where three Butterfingers revisit, re-experience, and review anything and everything from our childhood. My name's Colin O'Connell, and I was born in 1994.
My name's Josh Sicali. I was born in 1995.
And my name's Michelle Potter. I was born in 1997.
And before we get started, actually, Michelle, you fucking do it. Do the joke. Do it now.
Did anyone lose a roll of $20 bills wrapped in a rubber band? Because we found the rubber band.
Why'd you say it like an old-timey railroad conductor?
Something came over me.
Did anybody lose the $20 roll of $20 bills?
If so, hey, we found it. Just the rubber band, see?
And then I'm gonna do a really violent clapping motion.
I feel like that's Michelle's go-to accent.
It really is. It is. I don't know why. That's why.
Like what is that? Where'd you get that? How'd you come up with that, Michelle?
I don't know. In college, we did this sketch where the characters were like running from the Dust Bowl, and it was like, oh, we gotta pack our things, and like that was the accent. So it just sort of, I don't know why, it stuck with me.
And you just never let it go.
Never,
it was
never
always
let it
a part
go.
of you.
Yeah, it's a part of me. It still is.
I mean, it's great. It's great.
Thank you.
Michelle, Josh, what's your go-to accent?
I feel like you know what I'm gonna say.
I know what you're gonna say.
I don't know if it's my go-to, but one that I like to do a lot. I've done it before. George McFly.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I really like doing his accent. It's so relaxing, and I don't know. I haven't done it in a while, but what else do I like? I don't know. What other accents?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking impression. I was just thinking like general like accent.
Okay. I thought we were doing impressions.
Yeah.
I like an obnoxious Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think that's fun to do. I almost feel like sometimes some of my words come out like that, and I hear Michelle making fun of me or just re-quoting what I said.
Now, when you say obnoxious Italian, do you mean like East Coast Italian American?
Probably. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Not like from Italy.
No.
Like, oh.
No, not the
like,
not the authentic.
What are you talking to me about? Well, it's good that we bring up Italians because we're reviewing Spider-Man 2, and there's some freaking pizza in this movie. Tell you what, it's pizza time, guys.
It is pizza time.
It is pizza time, but first, it is personal history experience. What do we call? All right, let's be honest with our audience right here. We haven't recorded in months. The episode you just heard last week, where we reviewed the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man, was recorded so long ago.
I'm telling all our secrets.
It was recorded, I want to say, what, the fall of 2021?
Honestly, it might have been
the summer.
It might have been the summer.
I think it was summer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's keep in mind, summer also bleeds into September a little bit, so...
Yeah, so, I mean, punch me, I bleed.
Punch me, I bleed.
Yeah, we decided to throw in 2 and 3 and do like a little Spider-Man series.
Yep, Spider-Man. I mean, we're all Spider-Man fans, right?
Yeah.
We're all Spider-Man.
I know Josh is a big Spider-Man guy.
I do like Spider-Man a lot.
I'm a fan.
And we all saw that other movie that came out in December, but we don't talk about that movie. Not in this episode.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
This is a Spider-Man 2 episode. Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi, came out in the year 2000.
2004.
Sure. But yeah, I'll jump in with it. So I don't remember, like I said, recorded months ago. I don't remember if I saw the first one in theaters or not. I definitely saw this movie in theaters as a kid. I went with a friend. We were, and like there, we were kids. So we went with a friend and his mom. And I remember watching it and being like, oh, this is really good. And then we were talking about it later, and my friend goes, yeah, like Doc Ock was really scary. And someone asked him, well, is he like scarier than the Green Goblin in the first one? And he said, yeah. And I was like, no way is this guy scarier than Green Goblin. Green Goblin's he's a fucking maniac. So yeah, that's what I really remember about this movie as a kid.
Do you remember which one you liked more after you saw the second one? Did it surpass the first Spider-Man?
Oh, you know what? I do remember our story about how I watched the first Spider-Man. I watched an illegal bootleg version on my computer a bunch, like a CD burned version a bunch.
Really?
That's how I'm sure we talked about this last week. We were just forgetting. I think I liked the first one more initially because I had seen it a bunch. But I'm not going to say which one I like more now because that's what that's what the review's for.
I don't think I've seen any of these Spider-Mans in the theaters. And if I have, I do not remember it. So I'm just going to go with no, which is surprising that I didn't see 1 or 2. Or 3, but I definitely remember loving both these films. I did like the first one for a long time more. Again, I'm not going to tell you which one I like now more, but I definitely remember the first one was kind of higher on my list. I like the second one. I think when I was younger, I was a little bit more bored with it compared to the first. I don't know if that sounds weird or not. It just
doesn't sound weird.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if I don't remember why I felt bored. Maybe because I didn't like Doc Ock as much as Green Goblin. I thought Green Goblin was the shit. I thought he was like so cool.
Yeah, he's got a glider. He flies around. He's got a Halloween mask.
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty much in the same as Josh. I don't think I saw any of them in theaters. Definitely remember having them all on DVD, and I remember watching the first one a lot more because I also thought Green Goblin was the shit. Like, I loved him. And I was just like really liked origin stories. I don't know, like the first movie of a series, I always was just like super into that for some reason when I was a kid. So watch the first one more. And I haven't seen Spider-Man 2 in years before rewatching it recently. Like it's been a long time, but I did thoroughly enjoy it when I was a kid.
Yeah, Michelle, I remember when you said you haven't watched it in years, like almost, I don't even know how long you said, but it's been a long time. Mm-hmm. Because I exaggerate a little bit. I told Colin and Michelle I make it a point to try and watch one of the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans like once a month. That's not actually true. Maybe once every couple months.
Liar.
Wow.
No, like, hey, I'll watch them. I'll watch one monthly. I don't care, but usually I don't have someone that feels the same way that they want to watch them over and over. But I think they're a lot of fun and funny. But
I have to correct both of you. You said, Michelle, you haven't watched them in a long time. Josh, you repeated that fact. You haven't watched them in a long pizza time.
Correct.
Sorry.
It's what you meant to say.
I guess.
Every time we say time, every pizza time we say pizza time on this episode, we have to say pizza time.
Okay, you can.
Does that make sense?
Can fire my ass, I guess.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. I can't. We should not get into this accent. This is problematic to start doing this accent. I just love the way he says go, though. It's my favorite thing, the way he says it. He says it so emphatically. He just goes, go. Like he's looking at him like he's an idiot.
Is Tobey Maguire Parker an idiot sometimes? Yeah. A lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For such a smart guy, and I have that as one of my notes, but we'll get into it when we do like recap of the movie. He's pretty dumb for a genius.
He's book smart, not socially awareness smart, which you'd think being Spider-Man, he'd have a little bit more street smarts.
Yeah, he's like, there's a lot of cluelessness happening. Even more, I think, in this one, where it's like really infuriating sometimes that this guy just doesn't get it sometimes, I think. I don't know. I guess we'll wait until we do a couple segments, but
before we get into the segments, all right, so I won't do the pizza shop owner's voice. Can I do the landlord's accent, though? Because he just, it's the greatest voice. I'm not trying to disparage any nationality. He just has a great accent that's very fun to talk in when he goes, give me rent. He's great.
That's what we call him. His name is Rent.
Yeah, his name is Rent.
It's not anything
Yeah.
else.
His daughter doesn't have anything approaching an accent.
Nope.
Obviously, she has an American accent, but she has nothing approaching his accent. We got to talk about him at some point. We have to talk about it a lot. But before we do that, we're going to get into some fun segments. Where did we land? Are we doing history or are we doing...
Nope. So we're scrapping
fun times.
Yeah, history class is out today because Josh has a different...
Got a substitute.
Got a substitute teacher today.
Yep. So
Josh?
whenever we have,
I remember. This is the game that's bullshit.
Yep.
This is the game that I lost because it was, let me ask questions that Michelle did for research.
Correct.
Yeah, full disclaimer, y'all.
We scrapped class.
Yeah, I didn't do any
we don't
research.
need Michelle cheating.
No research, yeah. No research was done. So this is a fair game now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you think. I'm cheating like a motherfucker this time.
Oh my gosh.
I have the answers written on my hand.
I'll know if you're cheating. So yeah, are we gonna?
They're written in my hand. It's like the power of the sun is in the palm of my hands.
Ooh.
I have the power of the podcast in the sun in my hand, in the palm of my hands.
So yeah, we're scrapping class. We're not doing class.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michelle.
That's okay. I like a day off.
Are we doing other facts, or are we just sticking with Cinema Pursuit and then going into?
We've got something.
Ooh, is that waiting?
There are no Apple facts this week. Is that what you want me to say?
Yeah.
We do have something else that I think, Josh, you've forgotten about, and our audience from last week will very much know.
Oh boy.
We're gonna do something else.
Okay.
But we'll do Cinema Pursuit.
Okay, so we'll do Cinema Pursuit. I think I remember. But
Yeah.
All right, so we will do Cinema Pursuit, and it will be Colin against Michelle. I will be reading them multiple choice questions. We have 10 questions, and a bonus question if there is a tie.
Okay.
Is it first to buzz in, or do we both just answer?
Trying to remember from last week how we did Cinema Pursuit, because I know there's
I think we both answered.
Yeah, did we do it where someone? Because I know with the games that you did with the quizzes, someone was even, someone was odds.
Okay, is that how we did it? It depends on how it's your segment, Josh. Do you want to do it first to buzz in first? Or because I remember answering every question wrong.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Both of you answer. Okay. Yeah, no one buzzes in. Yeah, this is...
I remember getting 1 point.
Mm-hmm. Everyone answers all 10 questions. So yeah, we will stick with odds and evens. I don't remember how we pick them. Who wants odds, who wants evens? Let's just see what you guys say.
I want odds.
I
said it first.
Yep, Michelle said it first.
No, I wanted evens.
Okay.
Cool.
I waited until she said odds. I was going to say whatever she wanted to say.
So Michelle has odds, and Michelle will start us off. So basically, Michelle just answers first, and then Colin follows.
Wait, did we say pizza time in that last? Because we said last pizza time he played this. I don't think we said pizza time. Pizza time. Yeah.
I forgot. So every time is pizza time.
Every pizza time is pizza time.
Okay. Oh, God. All right. So it is pizza time for Cinema Pursuit.
Ooh.
Question 1. Most of the movie split filming between what two cities? New York and Los Angeles. Sorry. A, New York and Los Angeles. B, Los Angeles and Chicago. C, New York and Chicago. D, Los Angeles and Atlanta.
Ooh, that's tough. Los Angeles and New York, A.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know The Dark Knight was shot in Chicago mostly, but I remember there was another superhero franchise where they shot a lot of it in New York and tried to pass it off as another city. I just can't remember if it was this or not. I feel like they didn't shoot in New York. I'm gonna go C, Los Angeles and Chicago. Was that an option?
That was B, Los Angeles and Chicago.
I'll go B, Los Angeles and Chicago.
All right. So the correct answer was A, New York and Los Angeles.
Fuck. So there's a superhero movie.
Yeah. So
Fuck, I can't remember.
Well, no, you said it, right? You said Dark Knight was...
That's one of them. They definitely shoot The Dark Knight, but there's another... Maybe it's not a superhero movie. There's another movie where, like a big blockbuster movie where someone's from Chicago, like the director's from Chicago, and they shot like a lot of it in Chicago, but they tried to make it... Oh, fuck me, it's The Matrix.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I think they tried to make I messed the whole thing up. I think they tried to make the Matrix look like Chicago, but they shot it somewhere else because the Wachowskis I think are from Chicago. So I fucked the whole thing up.
That's okay.
I thought too much.
Yeah.
Guys, you'll have to give me 10 seconds. I am marking which ones are correct. I guess I didn't do that when I was making these, so I have to remember.
That's fine. We'll talk about the Matrix. Michelle, seen the Matrix?
The new one?
Any of them? Well, it's not very new when this episode comes out.
The one from last year.
Have you seen any of them?
I've seen the first one, and I saw the most recent one also.
You skipped the other two?
Yeah, I watched a video about what happens in the other video to watch the new one.
I like the first one.
Like the first one.
Never saw the other ones. I don't love the first one.
I don't love it either. Like, it's good. I enjoyed it.
It's fine.
Yeah. Also, when I first watched it, I know people like the green, okay, but I couldn't get behind the green.
Mo Green from Godfather.
Yeah. Right.
Josh, did we vamp enough for you?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right, you had enough pizza time?
Yep. I am all good. So, Colin is going to answer first on question number 2. Colin, where was the train fight filmed? A, Los Angeles. B, Chicago. C, New York. D, Atlanta.
A, Los Angeles.
Michelle?
I'm trying to think if we got any of, like, the New York in those
She's
shots
trying to
at
brush
all.
up on the research that she did.
I didn't do any research. Yeah, I'll go A, Los Angeles also.
The answer was B, Chicago.
What?
Wait.
You just said it was
just
only
said that
filmed,
it was
in
filmed in New
New
York and Los Angeles.
Now, if the audience was listening, the first question was most of the movie
Okay.
split
Okay.
filming between 2 cities. Most.
So I was technically right.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because Chicago has like the L train tracks that are above the city, and New York has like
Yep.
very few of those. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's
Josh, I want my fucking point for the first question. This is ridiculous. No, this is worse than any pop quiz question I've ever done to you two.
No, Josh, I think it's fair.
Most of the movie.
What is
in what 2
most?
cities?
That's crazy that I
majority.
didn't notice that when I was watching the movie.
It's
But
split between 2 cities. How's it the majority?
it makes so much sense now. Huh.
That was not supposed to be meant for anybody. That was just supposed to be a fun little pay attention.
I liked it.
Thank you.
Josh, I'm going to put some dirt in your eye.
I'm sorry, Colin. I'm sorry.
I'm actually upset. Like, I kind of want to stop the recording and fume for a little bit.
Wow.
One scene was filmed in Chicago. That is not most of the movie.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That scene's pretty long. Check it. Check the runtime.
The movie is over 2 hours. That scene is what, 5 minutes? Okay.
I don't know. Do you have
Okay.
proof?
He goes, okay. Okay, Mike.
I'm fuming. I fucking hate this segment.
Question number 3. The reason Willem Dafoe was in this movie was because he casually stumbled upon them filming on his way to his apartment and said hello to the crew. True or false?
What? That seems like a ridiculous fact to be not. Oh, could that actually happen? I feel like I've heard some ridiculous things about why he was in this movie. And I'm just going to gamble.
In all the research you did?
I did no research, and I'm just going to gamble.
Colin is not happy.
I know. I'm just going to gamble and go, no, there's no way. There's no way. There might be a way, though. I'm going to say true.
Michelle says true. Colin?
I'm going to pick the wrong answer and say false.
Okay.
There's no way I got this right.
The answer is true.
Yep, there it is.
Why did you say false, then, if you knew it was true?
Because I knew whatever you picked was going to be the right answer, and whatever I picked was going to be the wrong answer. It's not that I knew one way or another.
Wait, what?
So yes, Willem Dafoe was on his way back to his apartment. Wait, Colin, go ahead.
Michelle, whatever answer I pick is always the wrong answer. That's what I know.
Colin thinks this is a conspiracy
Colin
against
thinks
him.
it's rigged.
No, it's
Yeah.
not that it's a conspiracy. It's that the universe is against me.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Wow, that's
The
that's power we can't control.
Spider-Verse is against me.
Colin's gonna hate the next question, I think.
All right, let's have it.
But yeah, well, so Willem Dafoe was on his way back to his apartment, and he saw them filming, and he said hello to the crew, and they wrote him a scene for a cameo.
Amazing.
Now, Josh, was this before or after he was living in the lighthouse?
I think it was before.
Okay.
Got it.
Actually, no, it might have been after. It was
This
definitely-
is
it was
before or
definitely
after he got crucified?
Oh, definitely before.
Wait.
Okay, so it is 2-0 Michelle. Colin?
Let's go.
Before we start,
Got some work to do.
Did he say when he showed up on set? Did he say Norman's on sabbatical, honey?
I just picture him just saying hello.
I picture him hopping on set going, ah! That's how I've always pictured Willem Dafoe, though.
Okay, Colin, question number 4.
Yeah.
Alfred Molina. Wait, hold on. What did I write here? Oh, autocorrect did this. Alfred Molina dished out some names for his 4 tentacles. What were these names? A. Now these are long answers. A. Sam, Toby, James, and Kirsten. B. Johnny, Ronnie, Bonnie, and Clyde. C. Larry, Harry, Flo, and Mo. D. John, Paul, George, and Ringo. I can repeat if you need.
No, I got him.
Okay.
I'm wondering if you're trying to bamboozle me.
Not
Well,
my
you
intention.
are. Well, no, you are because 3 of them are bamboozles. 75% of those answers are bamboozles, so you are. The majority of the answers, Josh, by your own admission, would be... I'll go D.
D.
And I think
John,
I just
Paul,
got
George,
fucked.
and Ringo.
I think I just got fucked, but I'm going with D.
What was the one
Okay.
with Mo in it? C.
C. Larry, Harry, Flo, and Mo.
I'm going with C.
And the correct answer was C. Larry, Harry, Flo,
Yep,
and
of course,
Mo.
Yep, of course it was.
I like the Flo
yeah.
and Mo. I like the Flo and
Yeah.
Mo. That's clever.
I knew as soon as she said C that it was C.
That was just a guess.
Well, again, I did some thinking. I tried to think because Alfred Molina is British. I thought, maybe he named them after the Beatles. But of course, that was probably what Josh was thinking when he put that answer in. So again, I got duped.
He seems
I
like
was
a Flo
I was
and Mo
hoping I would
guy.
get someone with the cast and crew of Spider-Man.
Eh.
No, he doesn't like them enough for that.
He did really like the cast. He said it was the hardest group of people he's ever worked with. The hardest working group of people he's ever worked with.
Oh, that's nice.
Did he say that about Toby?
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming.
Not enough to. Well, did he say about old Tugboat?
Tugboat McGee.
Nope.
Oh.
He should have named one of his tentacles Tugboat.
I forget which one was Flo. Flo was like the one that took off his sunglasses. I think it was the top right. Yeah. Okay. Question number 5. Michelle. Sam Raimi makes a cameo in this film. When is his cameo? A. When all the people are watching Peter as he's walking casually to Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. B. In the group of people during Otto's first presentation. C. At the party for John the astronaut. D. When Peter drops his books and gets hit in the head by students.
Okay, I don't know this one, and I can see that Colin knows it. So it sucks that I have to answer first.
Oh yeah, it sucks so bad. Oh, I feel so bad for you.
I can repeat these if you need.
No.
Oh, I think it's when he... Because right after I watched the movie, I actually looked up a picture of Sam Raimi, and I've never seen what he looks like before. But I don't know if this is correct, because I remember watching him get hit by the books, and I was like, why is there older people walking into the college? I'm just going to go with that one, because
Which one?
When he's picking up his books and he gets hit by the backpacks.
Okay. And Colin?
I officially hate my life. That is the answer. It's D. He fucking hits him with the bag hard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Damn,
because
I
I'm
really
so
thought-
pissed.
there
I
was
thought
like
I would get Michelle with something.
there was I genuinely have never known what he looked like until today.
Until
Really?
you did research.
Yes. No, until
you
right
did
after
research.
the film. I swear.
Until you did research.
I swear on my soul.
Until you did
everyone,
research,
I
right?
didn't research anything.
That's research. What you just described is research.
No, it's not. I was looking
You
at Sam
researched
Raimi's
what
films.
he looked like.
It
You
wasn't a
researched
research. It
what
was
he
just for my
looked
own
like.
knowledge base.
That's what research is.
No, it wasn't for researching for the show. It was like, oh, I wonder what this dude looks like, and it was to answer my own question.
Said before you didn't research.
I
Then
didn't.
you just admitted to research. This is like when fucking Jose Canseco was like, I'm not taking steroids, and then he told Congress, I'm taking steroids. You're Jose Canseco.
Of all
And I'm
questions
little-
I could have
and
put
I'm-
in here.
I
And
genuinely
I'm
looked at the picture for
little
1
old,
second.
And I'm just little old fucking Mike Lieberthal, not putting up any numbers, just fucking plodding along.
No, you
not
got a number
doing
up, Colin.
shit, and you're fucking, 1. I knew the curveball was coming, but she fucking crushed 5 other pitches out of the park
Thank
ahead
you.
of time.
I'm glad I thought about that one for a second.
Wow, what are the odds I put that question in? The one that Michelle saw something about. Man.
I didn't
Okay.
know he was in the movie until you said that, and I thought about me thinking about how it was weird. There was like older people at the college. I don't know.
Have you ever heard of professors, Michelle? I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, I know. I was confused.
I really
at the
thought someone
beginning,
would
'cause I
say-
thought it was maybe a high school. I don't know.
I really thought someone would say when the people are looking at him walking on the streets to Raindrops. If you guys remember.
Yeah, I remember.
And if you actually watch, they're all looking at him like they're not supposed to be, but they're all watching him. Okay, Colin, I know you're upset, but you're up for question 6. It's pizza time. Alfred Molina did 80% of his stunts. True or false?
True. No further elaboration.
Michelle?
I'm just gonna say false, so we're not answering the same things. I think he did 100% of his stunts.
Oh, fuck off. It's going to be like, he did 81%.
No.
Yeah.
The answer is false.
Yep.
He did
Yep.
he did none of his stunts.
Oh, what?
Which
What a bitch.
so his reasoning was
What a fucking pussy.
he had 2 reasons. He didn't want to take the jobs away from stuntmen that's actually like
Oh, now you're making me seem like a dick.
Aw, that's
but
actually sweet.
but he also said he also wouldn't be very good at them. So he did admit that.
Danny Trejo famously doesn't do his own stunts because his thought process is, I don't need to prove I have a big dick by doing stunts, and because if I get hurt on set, that just costs someone a job. So that just costs like an someone on set a job. So I'm not, I don't have that big of an ego that I'm going to do my own stunts, that other people do it. The people that get paid to do stunts do it. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Fun fact though,
And then Tom Cruise is hanging off the side of fucking planes. He could halt the whole production if he sprains his ankle, but nah, bro. Hang off the side of a fucking plane.
Rosemary Harris, Aunt May, did all of her stunts.
That's
She really got
cool.
dropped.
That's really cool.
I was gonna put that one in there, but I felt like that would be too easy.
I would
Like-
have never guessed that.
Really?
No.
Because I feel
Her
like it's
fucking name would be Rosemary, by the way. See how old she is?
all right, guys. Michelle, you're up. Question number 7.
Am I mathematically eliminated? I think I am.
Are you? Hold on.
Michelle has like 6,
No,
right?
I think Michelle needs to get every single one. No, I think Michelle has 5. Yeah, 'cause she
I
got.
haven't gotten
she-
any
then-
wrong.
No,
Wait,
she
which
got-
one did I get
Yes,
wrong?
you definitely have gotten some.
Yeah,
At
Oh,
least
the
one
train
wrong.
track run. Right.
So Michelle has 5. It's 5-1. There are 4 questions
Yeah, I'm
left.
out.
No, you can tie it and get the bonus.
Oh.
Oh.
So
There's a bonus.
there is a bonus. Yeah, this
If
does not
there's a
end in a
tie.
tie. So Michelle needs to get all of these wrong.
Oh,
Come back, kid, baby. Here we
And
go.
now-
Oh, the pressure's on.
Yeah, I mean,
It's off once I get this one wrong, Michelle. It's fine.
I'll let you guys know the remaining 4 questions are all based on numbers. So it'll be a little difficult. Doc Ock's suit weighed about how much? A, 60 pounds. B, 85 pounds. C, 100 pounds. D, 120 pounds. Michelle.
I'm going to go D, 120 pounds.
I didn't listen to any of the options. I'm going on gut instinct alone. By letter, I'm going B.
B?
Nope. Can I change?
Yeah. Do you want the options before you go?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I absolutely do not want the options because then I'm going to think about it. Do you know how mad I'm going to be if I change it from B and it's B? I'm going to go C.
Okay. The correct answer is C, 100 pounds.
Wow.
I'm still in it, baby.
Colin is still in. It is 5-2. Can he make this miraculous comeback? Question number 8. How much did Spider-Man 2 gross worldwide? This is, by the way, current number. It's not like when it first came out. This is right now. Oh, sorry. You need options. A.
I could just throw a number out there, I guess.
A. 789 million. B. 643 million. C. 912 million. D. 857 million. I can read these numbers back.
Don't need to. I'll go A.
And Michelle, do you need the answers?
No, I also go A.
Well, I want to change my answer then, because then
No,
I'm
you
fucking,
can't change your answer.
Well, then then I lose.
Why?
Because if it doesn't matter, if you get the answer right, I mathematically can't win now that we have the same answer, regardless if I'm wrong or right. You have too many points for me to catch up after this question. So I want to change my answer. No. I don't want her to change her answer. I want to change my answer.
You locked in your answer already. I can change my answer.
Colin,
you
she's
go
right.
first.
She's right. You locked it in.
Good.
Michelle, do you want to change your answer?
I mean, Colin's complaining, so I sort of have to change my answer.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. It's up to you.
That's an excellent point, Josh. I'll change it. I'll go D.
D? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fucking D. It's going to be D. I know it. I know what's happening here. I know it's coming. I feel it in my bones that it's going to be D.
The correct answer is A, 789 million.
You idiot.
It is 5-3.
I just like to say, if Colin wins, he wins because he complained, not because he actually won.
Oh, man.
Why would you ever change your answer when you can mathematically win?
Because you complained.
Michelle
should have to answer first these next two.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean you're sorry?
That's not the rules. I can't adjust the game's rules.
You created the game.
Colin just adjusted the game rules.
Michelle, do you want to go first for
Go
both?
on. I don't care.
Nope.
I'm just saying we don't have to change it for this one. But because there's so few questions and you can be mathematically eliminated, maybe we need to revamp the rules going forward.
Or maybe you just need to get some right.
Okay, Michelle, let me fucking tell you what. If the thing was reversed, I'd be making the same argument. If I was on top, I'd be saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but you would say, who cares?
I wouldn't say who cares. I'd say it's not fair.
I would guess it was A because that's what I was thinking. You know?
I would say it's not fair that I get to that you would have to answer first if you could be mathematically eliminated if we just picked the same one. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't.
Yeah, because you got some wrong in the beginning, and that's why it's like that.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's not how. No, that's not right. Because the value of the questions should have the same amount. By doing it this way, the earlier questions are valued more.
I don't know about that.
Yes, that's 100% true.
Okay.
You just said the same thing that I did, and then said, I don't know about that. What is happening?
Wait, what? I didn't say the same thing.
You said you should have gotten questions earlier right.
Yeah, because if you would have, then you wouldn't have been it wouldn't be mathematically
Right, meaning that the earlier questions hold a higher value than the later questions.
Yeah, but you could still get them wrong,
I know, but that's not what I'm saying.
I'm confused.
So, I understand where both you are coming from. I do. But let me say this. In our pop quiz episode, I don't remember what the circumstances were, but I don't remember adjustments being made when something was mathematically... Because I remember one of us were losing, and I remember we were taking turns. And I think I played the game where I kind of just was safe, and I would pick Michelle's for like one of the questions or two. Now,
Well, no, because I never told you what your scores were halfway through. I do 40 questions for that. That's almost, unless you guys are writing down the questions, it's like impossible. To like know who got, how like where your scores are.
I think I should have done that for this. I think I should start doing that, where no one knows what they get right or wrong until the end.
No,
Yeah.
I told you what you got. No, I told you what the answers were. I just didn't. I don't think I told you guys.
No, I think you gave
Did I
us.
tell you guys?
Yeah, because
Okay, well then we need to change the way we do pop quizzes too. we need
Wow.
to change our rules for pop
you
quizzes
losing?
too.
well, hold on.
No,
or should we do it
because
this
it's
way?
the same concept, Michelle. If I was on top, I'd be saying the exact same thing.
Promise.
That it's 100% promise.
You pinky swear.
Yes, because it wouldn't be
Okay.
fair to you. Because then I could just pick
Okay.
your answers.
You know what I think? I think we should scrap how we do this and never say until the end what we get right.
I think we should scrap this segment too. Let's move on.
This segment is great.
Wow. I'm having fun, Josh. What's the next question?
The next question is for Michelle, and we'll think about question 10 when we get to it.
I thought you were going to say, this question's for Michelle, and I'll think about asking Colin.
Question number 9. How much was Toby's salary for Spider-Man 2? A. 8 million. B. 17.5 million. C. 23 million. Or D. 12.5 million.
I'm going to go D, 12.5 million.
Michelle is
Shit.
going D.
That 12.5 million sounded real juicy. But I can't pick that, so I'll go B, 17.5.
And the correct answer was B, 17.5. It is now 5-4.
Oh boy.
This is the most ridiculous thing.
Now, okay. See, I'm in a pickle here because I know it's super easy for Michelle to just take this victory.
Michelle can just win right now.
Yeah.
Regardless of what I answer. Regardless of if I get it right or not. Yes, Michelle can win. Just do it the same way we've been doing it, and then we can reassess later.
Just let Colin answer the question, and if he gets it right, we'll do the tiebreaker.
No, I don't know. I don't want the rules to be changed now. I would like the rules to be changed in future.
Why? We changed the rules in the middle of the game.
We didn't change the rules in the middle of the game. What are you talking about?
That we couldn't pick the same answers.
No one said you couldn't pick the same answer. Josh said, Michelle, pick what you wanted.
Said that.
No,
You
no,
said
no,
that.
Michelle, I'm not running the
Yeah.
game. I'm a contestant. When does a contestant ever get to pick the fucking rules of the game?
Literally, I can't. Okay.
Michelle, you have
Just
no reason to be
finish
upset.
the game.
You're winning, and Josh said you could pick whatever you wanted. I didn't change shit, dog.
Josh, can you back me up here?
So Colin
No, he can't
Colin
because he
made-
literally told
So
you.
here's what happened. Colin made Michelle feel bad, and Michelle felt guilty of
Yes.
picking the same answer.
Yes.
And she said, I'm
That
going to
part's
change it.
true.
And I said, Michelle, you do not have to change it. And you said,
Yep.
I said, you do what you want. And you said, oh, I like that. But you said, no, I'll change it.
Yeah, your fatal flaw was feeling bad for me, which I can guarantee you don't feel right now.
So here's the deal. I'm not changing the rules. I'm asking this question to Colin first. I almost said to Colin Firth.
Is Colin Firth here?
That's funny.
Okay. And I don't want any more complaining. Okay. This is a fun game, guys. Okay.
Sorry, Teach. I'm having fun, Josh.
Question number 10.
I was having significantly less fun before I started pushing Michelle's buttons.
How long did it take to complete all the visual effects shots? A. 22 weeks. B. 6 weeks. C. 16 weeks. D. 11 weeks.
A, 22 weeks.
Okay.
A sounded good. Okay, then I'll go C.
And pick fucking A. Who gives an
16 weeks.
It's 100% C. I know it's happening.
I know it's
all
happening.
of the arguing, all of the moaning, all of the complaining is going to be for naught because Michelle's going to win it on this right now.
The correct answer was C. 16 weeks.
Yep.
Woo,
Yep.
let's go.
I know, because this segment hates me, and I come all the way back.
Yeah, that sucks.
Just for Michelle to stick the dagger
That
in.
fucking blows. It wasn't
She
even like
fucking went.
it wasn't even like it was B or
She fucking
D.
went Michael Jordan Game 6. She fucking Michael Jordan Game 6'd my ass.
It wasn't even like it was B or D. Michelle straight up just got an extra point that she didn't need.
Yeah.
Would you guys like the bonus question just for fun?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Okay, Michelle, this is yours because it's odd.
Okay.
How many Spider-Man suits were made for this film? A, 7, B, 15, C, 23, D, 35, E, 44, F, 63.
You're lying. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Okay. What was E and F?
Or G, all of the above. Okay, no, there's no G.
Technically, the biggest number.
Actually,
it would be all of the
it would
above
be.
if it is the biggest number.
What were E and F?
that'd be great. I should have done that. E and F were 44 and 63.
This is
I'm gonna go
incredible audio.
63.
Michelle is going 63. Colin?
What was A?
7. I could just read them down if you'd like.
Nope. I'd want
You
7.
want 7? Okay.
Yeah. It's either 63 or 7.
And the correct answer was D, 35.
Yeah, well, who cares? Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Well,
Colin did not want to get that one right. I can tell you that.
7. This seems like enough.
That's enough suits for one film, right?
that's fine.
Actually, there's
Don't
only
need more
one
than
suit in this
7.
one. There's 2 suits in the next one, Josh.
Sorry.
You didn't say how many suits production made. You said how many suits are in the movie. There's only one suit in the movie.
No. How many suits were made for this film?
Josh, I know. Josh, I know. I'm making a joke.
Oh, I thought.
Zing.
I thought.
Josh.
I'm sorry.
Josh, I'm doing a bit.
Oh, that was my fault. I didn't get it.
No, it's fine. I fucking get shit on during the game. I fucking get shit on during my
Josh.
comedy.
Josh.
Oh, sorry. I'm too slow. So, the winner
that's my
is
fault.
Michelle. 6-4 victory in Cinema Pursuit. Congratulations, Michelle.
Thank you so much. I'd just like to thank my parents.
Michelle, I'm gonna let you
and-
finish, but Sam Raimi made one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time.
Wait, guys, I'm gonna
That's fair.
add this. I'm changing how I do Cinema Pursuit from now on. No one's gonna know what they get right or wrong, and there still will be drama because when it's over, I'm gonna go down the list and just say point by point who got it. That's what's gonna happen,
Okay.
and there won't be a bonus until I list those points and there's one needed.
I'm gonna pick every answer Michelle picks.
Fine.
You can't because
So
you're
that-
going first half the time.
Yeah, well, the other half of the time I'll just pick what Michelle does, and then I'll get half. I'll get half of the answers right.
That was a heartbreaking loss for Colin. That was
I'm sorry.
It wasn't really because I shouldn't have won. I shouldn't have been in that position to begin with.
That seems hard for you.
because Michelle did want that answer A, when
Yeah.
But-
I did.
it created nice drama for the game. So
Yeah, I do everything for content. I do everything for the podcast, unlike Michelle, who wanted to just snuff it out.
Michelle was
Question
getting very
7.
nervous.
Because I felt bad.
Each question she was
Michelle
getting.
just wanted to end the game at question 7, and I was like, Josh worked hard on this segment. Let's make it dramatic.
Ooh,
Everything's for content.
Michelle, is this true?
I was actually the less
No,
selfish one.
what?
I was actually way less selfish than Michelle was. I was
That is
actually
not how it-
altruistic when you think about it.
Okay. Well,
but
I
Sure.
almost was kind of like, maybe
You
like
tell your
I felt
story.
like my powers were waning. I kind of felt my powers were waning, and then I decided to give up. And then near the end, I started to try again, and that's where my full powers came. You know?
but in the end, it just wasn't enough.
in the end, it was always Michelle.
It was.
In the end, I'm gonna drown Michelle in the Hudson River. Is what's gonna happen.
Oh my gosh. Did everyone hear that?
No, Michelle, you will not die a monster.
I will not die a monster.
Well, that was great. I'm so happy that happened.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey.
Thanks, Teach, for taking
Yeah,
over.
Hey, Josh, you did great.
You guys both did great. We all did great. This was a nice...
No, Josh, you did great.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, guys.
What, you have a problem with what I said, Michelle?
I don't have anything to say.
Good. Because I was just praising Josh, and I don't know why you would step on that moment.
I didn't.
Good.
I praised him before you praised him.
Filibuster. All right, so listen, there's no Apple Facts this week. Instead, I don't know if you guys, obviously our audience remembers because they just listened to the episode last week. But Josh and Michelle, I don't know if you remember, last time we reviewed Spider-Man, I found this really weird show. It's called Masters of Acting. It's a British show where
yes.
they would bring other actors and celebrities and whatever on to read, kind of like a table read for other movies and stuff that existed. The host's name was, do you guys remember what the host's name was?
I honestly don't know.
It was Wayne. It was like Wayne something. But this episode's a little weird because there's a guest host, actually, which is kind of weird. So we're just going to kind of, play this for our audience, and you guys can react. You, Josh, and Michelle can kind of react to it as you see fit. So, yeah.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome to Masters of Acting. This is your guest host, George Lucas, signing in for Wanker, who, if you've been paying attention week to week, has been accused of attacking J.K. Simmons with a cup of acid. This week, we're going to do something special. We're going to be doing scenes from a movie called Spider-Man 2. I've never seen it, but I have a wonderful cast with me here today. Let's just see here. Oh, okay. So, playing the role of Peter Parker / I guess Spider-Man. I've never read a comic before. Will be Owen Wilson. Playing the part of J. Jonah Jameson is going to be the great Alan Rickman.
Let's go.
Playing the role of Betty Brant is going to be Robin Williams. Wow, that seems like a weird choice,
sweet.
But then again, I cast Hayden Christensen in Star Wars, so who cares? The character of Robbie Robertson is going to be played by Keanu Reeves. And then finally, we have the character of Huffman, who will be played by John Mulaney. Never heard of him, but I wrote the script. If you guys know, I get a little lazy. I just say people walk in, people walk out. But I'll read the script and I'll be doing the scene direction. So, here it is, I guess.
Love the music.
Interior,
monster
Daily
cast
Bugle, Day, J. Jonah Jameson's office.
Parker, hello. You're fired.
Why? Jonah flips through Peter's portfolio.
Dogs catching frisbees, pigeons in the park, a couple of geezers playing chess.
Freddy walks in. Boss.
Not now.
Freddy walks out. Wow. I was thinking the Bugle could show another side of New York for a change. Robbie walks in, arguing with Hoffman.
We got 6 minutes to deadline, Jonah. We need page 1.
Freddy walks in while Jonah talks.
Parker, I don't pay you to be a sensitive artiste. I pay you because... Still not now.
Freddy walks back out.
I pay you because for some reason that psycho Spider-Man will pose for you.
Spider-Man won't let me take any more pictures. You've turned the whole city against him.
A fact I'm very proud of. Now get your pretty little portfolio off my desk before I go into a diabetic coma.
Betty calls Jonah from her desk.
Dearie, your wife is on the line. She said she lost the checkbook.
Thanks for the good news.
Jonah hangs up.
Mr. Jameson, please. Isn't there any of these shots you could use? I really need the money.
Oh, Miss Brant?
Betty hurries in.
Yes.
Get me a violin.
5 minutes till deadline, Jonah.
Betty hurries out yet again.
Alright, run a picture of a rancid chicken. Here's your headline. Food poisoning scare sweeps city.
Hoffman's head pops into frame.
Some food got poisoned.
I'm a little nauseous, yeah.
Peter gives Jonah a picture of Spider-Man. All right, Mr. Jameson, wow.
Thanks, Robbie. Here's your page 1. Mask Menace terrorizes town.
Jonah gives Robbie the picture. I told you, he's not a menace.
And I told you.
I'll take care of it. Robbie walks out.
I'll give you 150.
Wow, 300.
That's outrageous. Done.
Jonah gives Peter a check.
Give this to the girl. Thank you. Bye-bye.
End scene.
Alan Rickman killed it. Sounded a little like he was going for like a Dr. Evil, but
That was just.
All
I
right,
mean, John
well,
Mulaney.
that's it, I guess. You know, I don't know if I'll be back next week or not. Who cares? I have so much Star Wars money. Maybe Winker will still be in, trouble. Maybe he won't. Who gives a shit? I'm George Lucas. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck everyone who hates Jar Jar. Jar Jar's the fucking best. Suck my balls.
Yeah, so that was fucking weird. That was a weird one.
it was interesting.
great. Yeah.
I appreciated the Owen Wilson casting choice.
Mm-hmm.
I
that was a
definitely
good
dug
choice.
Alan Rickman. Like I said, I think Alan Rickman's was, forgive me for saying this because I love Alan Rickman. I think he saw Austin Powers a little too much. I was getting a little Dr. Evil vibes from him, but still like mixed with Snape. So, it was definitely interesting.
That's interesting because I thought he had just maybe watched Rocky Horror Picture Show a little bit too much. He went a little Tim Curry sometimes. But,
Or
yeah.
or maybe a little what's the other guy? His assistant.
Riff Raff?
Riff Raff. You sound kind of like.
Yeah. I don't remember what Riff Raff sounds like.
I feel like it was like similar to that.
Yeah. So that was,
Michelle, what was your favorite part of that reimagining?
Oh man, I loved Alan Rickman, but John Mulaney's one line was great. That was great. Big fan. Big fan of his.
I like the introducing. I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never read a comic.
Never read a comic. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently George Lucas hates Spider-Man for some reason.
Oh,
Or he just doesn't know about it.
yeah, he must not know about it because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I hope the audience liked it.
Yeah, I hope so too. So I think I said this last week, but that's maybe the last time we ever do that segment.
No, I want more.
I'm going to say it every time. It's the last time we do that segment. All right, so that means we can finally. Is that the new thing?
Review.
No, I just got really excited to talk about this movie.
Michelle wants to unleash her notes.
Let's all
yeah.
harmonize. 1, 2, 3. Review.
Wow, that was great.
Michelle had the nice linger.
It's going to be a nightmare to line up. All right, so opening narration. Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
So, I mean, this movie opens up with I feel like, listen, we've been recording for a while. How long are we going to get into this movie for?
Okay, let's give ourselves, what do you guys think, 15 minutes?
That's way too short.
Okay,
That-
20 minutes?
Let's go for 20 and
Okay, I'll keep an eye on when we get to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll notify us.
Yeah, because we don't want this to have too much pizza time.
No. Yeah, don't want to run over
because I think we
on
all
pizza
have a
time.
lot of notes. So let's try our best not to get sidetracked.
Okay. So first opening sequence of the movie, pizza time. Peter Parker, he's late for delivering pizzas. He suits up as Spider-Man, swings through the city, tries to deliver pizzas. In New York, he tries to deliver 8 deep dish pizzas in New York City.
In New York.
And then the guy in the building in the balcony takes out a slice, clearly not a deep dish slice.
Nope. Not even close.
And that pizza
Regular
place,
old pizza.
apparently the only drink in that pizza place is fucking Dr. Pepper because it's everywhere. It's all anyone's drinking.
I did not notice that, to be honest. I didn't notice
No?
that. Nope, I didn't.
Well, we get 2 nice little cameos here early on. We get, I told Josh this before, Emily Deschanel, who is Zooey Deschanel's sister. She plays the receptionist. And then also the guy that says Spider-Man just took that dude's pizza. That's Ashy Larry from the Chappelle Show.
Oh.
If any of you have seen the Chappelle Show.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Whoa, he stole that guy's pizza.
Yeah. So it's really just this whole opening, the whole beginning of this movie is really just kind of demonstrating that Peter Parker does not have a grip on life.
Yeah.
Certainly
Between
not.
balancing his responsibilities with his job, he needs money, he's going to school, and he's also a little guy named Spider-Man, and he also has a personal life. He can't, do normal shit.
How does he get in the janitor's closet?
That is a great question, because I also was thinking
through the vents, like through the rooftop, and he like snuck. That's a lot of time that you just spent. That's a lot of time, and there's no way he went in through the door. The receptionist would have seen him, and she was not playing any games.
Why was he going in there? If
He
going in through the door.
also wastes a lot of time putting the mop handles back.
Yeah.
Too much time.
Like, you can do that later.
And all right, I have a note like this throughout all of my notes, but I'm gonna just start by saying the clueless factor. This guy is clueless. And I get he doesn't have time. I get he's trying to juggle all these things, but that doesn't mean you have to act so oblivious. You knew you took more than 8 minutes, but you go in there, you slap those 8 pizzas on, and you just say pizza time. You know you're late, and but like
he doesn't just
apologize.
say pizza time. He has a huge smile on his face. He goes, pizza time.
Yeah, just apologize first. Acknowledge that you're late. Don't act like you don't know you're late. And there's a whole lot of notes I have like this throughout, where I question his smarts in some ways.
Yeah. He also is a little happy-go-lucky for being super stressed out, I feel. Maybe it's just Tobey Maguire's face, but maybe it's just his boyish charm.
Yeah.
As a 35-year-old man, however old he was.
Yeah.
But he's almost like it's supposed to really faze him, and he never seems like super sad during this part. So he's like, well, fuck. Like,
I like that he just leaves the pizzas there. I would have at least taken one,
Mm-hmm. Like, you're about to get fired. Just take the pizza.
Yeah, you're about to get the sticker ripped off your helmet.
Well, she doesn't even want it. And okay, let's talk about that.
No, she wants it. She's just not paying for it.
Oh, she wants it still. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, all right.
I think she just says, I'm not paying for those.
Well, then you're not getting them. That's as simple as that.
No, because it's free. If they don't deliver in 29 minutes, then it's free.
Oh, that's right. See?
Yeah.
I'm glad I have you guys to keep me on track.
Oh, we didn't even talk about there are some filmmaking. Sam Raimi has a distinct style, and he utilizes zoom-ins a lot. And we see one very early when Peter stops. He's riding his bike through the street, and he stops in front of the clock, and it zooms in on the clock, zooms in on Peter's face, and it's like, that's just so Raimi. Like,
yeah. What comes next?
Jameson fires he gets fired from the pizza place. Jameson wants to fire him. He doesn't want to give pictures of Spider-Man anymore. We just listened to the scene.
Yeah. And which I love the give you 150, 300. That's outrageous. Done.
Yeah. Like, it's like, how much is that picture really worth then?
Yeah.
And then it's his birthday. Like, the whole
day the whole day's his fucking birthday.
I have another clueless note that I'd like to just say before we get to the surprise party. He goes to class, and he runs into Dr. Connors, and he's like, where are you going, Parker? And he says, to your class. Like, and he says it with like such a, like, where else would I be going?
Yeah.
Dumb.
You didn't check the time?
Yeah, and he's like, my class is over.
You didn't check the what, Michelle?
Oh.
The pizza time?
He says, my class is over. Not even you're late. This class is at least an hour long. You're telling me you have no concept that you don't even think you're late, but you don't even realize you missed. It's so annoying that he just doesn't understand it. That's just it. He just doesn't get it.
We want to talk about Clearless. Harry Osborn. A spider is not a bug. All right, it's an arachnid.
Yes.
Okay. So let's just fucking chill with your shit. But Harry Osborn fucking loves telling people that Spider-Man killed his dad. I think Harry gets off to it because he's constantly talking about it, thinking about it, brings it up to Peter every single time.
My
really
favorite part,
does.
my favorite part in the surprise party is when Aunt May, gives him no time to react. I mean, the scene plays out like this. Surprise, we'll say something. Are you like, dude, she didn't even finish surprise. It was like one word. Surprise, we'll say something. And it makes me it cracks me up every time.
She also just fell asleep on the kitchen table and no one said shit.
She had too much to drink.
Okay, this is I don't want to go off topic, but I do have it written down. On the table she falls asleep on, there's a plate of something. Is that plate of pigs in a blanket or of Kiffles?
I don't remember the plate.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
when you
remember
when you go back and watch it, because it's tough to tell, and I had an internal debate on what they were. Much like Peter Parker has an internal debate on whether he can be Spider-Man anymore.
Do you guys understand the abrupt flip out she does when he just tries to politely say, you don't have to give me this money because clearly you need it?
She gets so angry.
She gets angry, but then she says, oh, I'm sorry. It's just I missed your Uncle Ben so much. But why does that prompt you to get mad that he's rejecting money? It doesn't really connect
I
to
think
me.
she's just like stressed and sad that he's not there. I don't know. I think the whole day was like overwhelming her and him.
But how did rejecting money set her off to get triggered by her loss of Uncle Ben? You know, it's like she was really building that up. That was very uncharacter-like of her to just like flip out because he said, I can't take this from you. It was very nice and acknowledge that, you know. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. I feel like she knew it was coming though. Like she knew he was going to say, I can't take it from you. And she was just, I don't have time for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an alternate theory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think they were setting up Aunt May to be the next Green Goblin. The way she fucking snaps on a dime like that.
That'd be interesting. She did her own stunts, so
turn.
she's, you know, she's on her way.
Yeah, fucking Melina didn't do his own stunts.
So yeah, I mean, what's one of the next scene is him taking out the trash, right? And then
Taking out the Eddie Brock.
Yeah. Yep. I don't like a lot of the interactions between Peter and MJ. I think Kirsten Dunst gets worse as the series goes on. Well, more in the second one. I think she just irritates me a lot more.
Okay, so I was gonna say we're gonna save it for the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Am I crazy, or is she the best in the third one?
So, like the best in terms of like acting, or the best like.
I think she might be the best. Everyone else is dog. Well, all right, we're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah. We'll
she
get
is
into
not
that.
good in this movie.
No, and
I don't think she is.
part of it's not her
like
fault.
her.
I think it's really.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. We'll get into why.
Okay. So, I mean, she's rightfully mad at Peter. Like he's being
Yes.
shitty and weird.
But
like
she's
he
not,
says
though.
he's gonna go to her play and then he doesn't.
No, but
like,
she's not. Though.
She's mad.
But she's not though. But she's not right, because at the end of the fucking movie,
Yep.
she fucking tells him, a part of me always knew that you were Spider-Man. Motherfucker, this guy works 2 fucking jobs. He's going to fucking school and he's Spider-Man. If you know all that fucking about him, why are you getting pissed he can't attend your play? First of all, she's like, oh, my fiance, John, what's his name? Is his name John?
Mm-hmm.
This is later in the movie, but she's like, John has seen it 5 times, right? It's like, okay, he's your fiance, you're dating. Obviously, he should see it. Also, he's an astronaut. What is he not doing right now? Astronauting. He has all the time in the fucking world. Harry Osborn, he's like, Harry's seen it twice. Okay, Harry's a fucking executive at a $1 billion company. Do you know how much fucking free time they have? They have so much free time. They have so much leisure time. All right? She's like, Aunt May has seen it. Aunt May's not doing dick. Aunt May's not doing a goddamn thing throughout the day. She's like, my sick mother got out of bed to see it. She's not doing shit. And then she's like, and even my father seen it. Again, her father's not doing anything. And then he hits her up for money afterwards. Peter Parker is the only person in that scenario who actively has shit going on all of the time.
Justified.
And she knows it. And she still fucking shits on him.
But
It's
Peter
ridiculous.
knows he
Fuck
has
her.
things going
Fuck
on.
Mary
too.
Jane. I'm done.
No.
Fuck Mary Jane in this movie. She's a fucking asshole.
Nah, I like
No,
her.
there's other points why you should not like Mary Jane in this movie. So Colin,
It's also a bad performance.
So Colin, you said great points. I didn't even put together that she said part of me always knew, and I didn't like link it to her being unreasonable, and that's my key word for her in this movie. She is straight up unreasonable. Like not forgiving in any way. I get you're upset, but you're also she's very childish in this movie. Very petty. Like she's just always trying to instigate him and like push him. But then she acts like it wasn't, like she like flips out on him, like she wasn't trying to get a reaction. Like she says, she's like, oh, I'm seeing someone now. She's trying to get a rise out of him, and he's like trying to be, civil and like, but he looks upset, and she's like, what? Like what? Why are you? It's like I just don't like.
Her, hey, do you want to go get some lo mein? And she's like, I'm engaged, and it's like,
yeah,
I was just fucking asking you if you want to grab dinner.
And in that
like,
scene,
this isn't like is it like a date? Is it like if you just call them like your best friend? Friends eat dinner together.
Yeah, and not to mention you've been thinking about him throughout your relationship, and look how excited you got that he came to your play. You were all giggly. Clearly, you feel something for him, but then he just asks you to get food, and you're like, Peter, I'm getting married. Okay, I can't do that. Like, get the fuck out of here. And he's just being kind. Like he's like, oh, I always expect you to get married on a mountain or something like that. What's he say?
I always expected you to get married on a hill, on the top of a hill.
She's top of a hill.
I'm getting married in a church.
Yeah,
it's like,
I hate that.
Well, that church actually could be on top of a hill technically.
But like that's
so you busted.
That's her like closing line. I'm getting married in a church. Okay, so what? Why you got to be snarky about it? Ugh.
I don't know. I like her. The only thing that really like annoyed me is like one scene when she's taking out the trash. She's like, oh, I'm seeing someone, and Peter's like, do you like him, or like, how's it going? And she's like, she doesn't like seem super thrilled, but she's like telling him about it anyway. And then a few scenes later, she's like, oh, I'm engaged.
Yeah.
Really took me
Michelle, I'm surprised you like MJ because she's like really fucking rude, and she's like a huge jerk in this movie. I mean,
I don't think she is, though.
She's the biggest jerk.
Michelle,
she's the biggest jerk, and Doc Ock literally tries to kill him.
Michelle, I'm not even talking about towards Peter. I'm talking about towards her loving fiance, who is like a sweetheart. There's nothing wrong with him. He's so supportive. He clearly loves her, and he supports her in everything she does. And what does she do? She compares him to Peter. She matches the kiss from the last movie to see if there's a spark, and there's not. And she's like, oh, God, it wasn't like it was with Peter. No shit. It's a different person. But you have all these thoughts. Give him what he deserves and say, hey, I'm having these thoughts. Oh, but what do? You go through with the wedding day until he's up there waiting for you, and you runaway bride that shit, and you're just there's no remorse, there's no apology, there's a note, but that's nothing.
These are some good points. She is
why do we like MJ?
Sort of an asshole to
hold on
her fiance,
Michelle,
who is a nice guy.
Hold on, I'm not even done. She after the upside down kiss that she does with John, her next move is say, hey, Peter, meet me at the coffee shop. I need to kiss you to see if I feel something.
We
for my
need
own
to fuck.
Yeah. Is that right? No, it's not. Why?
Okay, you're right. Just just like, I mean, she is justifiably mad at some points. I think it's fair for her to be mad at Peter, and it's fair for her to like have a fiance when Peter's like, I can't commit to you. But she does treat him like shit. You're right. I don't
think it is fair for her to be mad at Peter because she fucking knows he's Spider-Man.
No,
she's acting like he's not.
She has a theory. She doesn't know.
He's the one who told her he was coming. He knows he gets busy a lot, but he was like, I'm going to tell you that I'm coming at 8 o'clock this night, and I'm going to be there. And gets her all excited.
Yeah, and if he doesn't show up, guess what? You're like, oh, this dude's fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, but
like,
she can still be sad about it.
She can be sad. She can't be mad.
Yeah, she can.
Why?
This does not make her a good person or likable. I just don't like her.
She's bad.
It doesn't make her a good person. I
she's
just
a bad
think
person,
she has
and
justifiable
it's a bad
like it's not insane for her to be angry about it.
No, listen. If
I'm not saying I am. She's unreasonable.
She's very unreasonable. However,
unreasonable.
I would be annoyed with Peter sometimes too. I mean, the guy's like clueless. He has no idea.
Yeah.
Like, So
you can be annoyed at him,
yes.
but you can't be like, I'm not going to invite you to my wedding now, asshole.
Yeah, but hold on.
You just called me your best friend like a day ago, and now you're like, I'm not inviting you to my wedding. Fuck off. Fuck her.
This is something else.
She's somehow more unreasonable than Harry, who is incredibly unreasonable in this movie. He's like, first of all, if he wants Peter to stop taking pictures of Spider-Man, give him a job. Your fucking name is on the building, right?
Well,
So first off,
he knows Peter won't accept that. Because, I mean, his dad tried to offer him help. He said, no, I'm good.
but still, he's struggling and poor. I think this is more of like a 1% thing, that Harry's oblivious to how much like Peter's struggling with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then he fucking just slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yes.
He just bap,
That
bap.
is that scene
That's
took me by such a I gasped.
It makes me
gasped
laugh.
when he hit him first.
It's such a fucking shot he takes. It's
Yes, and then he does it again.
He does it again.
He does it twice. Oh God.
huh, brother?
Oh, it's so intense.
But there's a couple more Mary Jane Parker things that really piss me off. So I have a big note here.
Is
There's
it her
a
terrible English accent during the play?
No, it is not that.
It's so funny.
No, it's more so on Peter, because there's a lot that Peter does that's written out. There's a lot of I have a note that here. There's a lot of convenience plot building. I hate that. I hate when things happen just for convenience to move the plot forward. And so he goes to a payphone, right, to apologize. Which, by the way, he's talking to her for a minute, and the machine goes, clearly it's like a minute. There's no, like, we hear the conversation. Oh, you need 50 cents for another 5 minutes. Bitch, that wasn't five minutes, and we all know it.
Yeah.
But whatever, I'm not going to hold that against it. But in that time, like, he's taking time to put the 50 cents in, so she hears him not talking, so she gives up on him, and she leaves. And so conveniently, that's when he says, okay, I'm Spider-Man. He tells her everything. Okay. And to your knowledge, she hears you. Like, you tell her she's going to get this message eventually. You never bring this up ever again until she sees you without the mask on at the end.
No, but he doesn't. He doesn't put the coins in, so he doesn't actually leave that message.
Yeah, I don't think he puts
That
the
wasn't
coins
a
in
real
either.
message.
He's saying it into the phone because she's not going to hear it.
Yeah.
He's saying
Like,
it out
he was
loud.
talking to no
It's
one.
like when
Yeah.
I
you
thought
like
he puts
have
the coins in.
I don't
No,
think he does. It's
he
like
doesn't.
it's like when you have a secret and you want to like tell someone and then but you just like say it out loud to yourself knowing that that someone else can't hear it.
Yeah, because he's looking for the coins, and then the phone call goes to like the dead ringtone, and he like sighs, and then he sighs, he thinks for a moment, and then he's like, okay, MJ, you want to hear the truth? And then that's when he says it, but he's not actually leaving her that message.
I thought he put the coins in. And that's a weird thing
No.
to happen then. Like, he's talking to himself. That's still weird to me then.
Okay,
That's like
here's the thing. That's clearly because they do this a lot in this movie where Peter has an outward monologue that's clearly because this is trying to be like kind of comic accurate. That's clearly something he would say in a thought bubble on a comic page. He would say to himself in a thought bubble. There's another scene like that when he's like standing in his apartment and he goes, "Why shouldn't I have what I want?" And he's saying it out loud, right? But that's clearly something that's something Peter Parker would say in the comics to himself in a thought bubble. It's just you can't. The way that this movie, like the style of this movie is, you kind of can't do it that way, you know?
Right.
Like without breaking the
Also,
fourth wall.
I must say, we are at 21 minutes.
Okay,
guys, yeah, there's a lot more to talk
let's
about.
just fucking do it. We didn't even talk
Yeah.
about Doc Ock yet. Okay, let's not get into bog down into the details of everything. Let's just kind of talk about Doc Ock in general. Alfred Molina playing him. He's got Butterfingers. We all know him.
We all know him.
That little head swivel he does when he says Butterfingers is tremendous. I feel I don't know if it's fair to compare this movie to the last one, but it also kind of is because it is a sequel to it. In the first movie, Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin really kind of loom large in the entire plot for all of the characters, for Peter, for Harry, for MJ, everyone, right? He influences them. Doc Ock doesn't really, like, this movie isn't really about Spider-Man versus Doc Ock, like, at all. Like, Doc Ock's not in this movie for a long time, like for long stretches. And I kind of almost love that the conflict of this movie isn't really Spider-Man versus Doc Ock. This villain, he would have to get his powers back at the end for any villain. It's not specific to Doc Ock. He's just the villain there in this movie. This conflict is between Peter and himself. Mm-hmm. And I think it's brilliant. That's my favorite part of the movie is how they really do show he does, like, the way he kind of is like losing his powers, like every now and then it happens, right? And then it's like, well, it's kind of happening more and more often as the movie goes. And you really feel that I really feel the conflict within him to no longer be Spider-Man at a certain point. He's just like, I'm fed up with this shit. And that's really the greatest villain of the movie, is his own insecurity, his own self-doubt, and his own selfishness for trying to get what he wants. And so that's my rant about Doc Ock.
That was great.
Yeah.
And you made some really good points. And I liked all the things that the movie, like, that it does, that you said, that it's just like his internal conflict.
Which, there's another movie. I don't want to go too off topic. Did either of you see Wonder Woman 1984 or Wonder Woman 84?
No.
Okay, so Wonder Woman, again, in that movie, she makes a wish to have someone back, but that wish is draining her because she has to trade something for the wish. So she, like, unknowingly, like, her powers are being drained the whole time, right? It's very clearly the same exact concept as Spider-Man 2. And Wonder Woman just fucking decides, she's just like, well, fuck it. Bye. I'm Wonder Woman again now. And in this movie, it's Spider-Man Peter has that talk with Aunt May, who, again, that's something else we should talk about, is who do we think knows he's Spider-Man? Who do we think knows if he's Spider-Man or not in this movie? But he has that talk with Aunt May, and he's like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm Spider-Man again. Let's do it. And then he fucking falls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have his powers back, and he's like, it's that famous "my back" meme. He hurts his back, and then when MJ gets taken, he's like, okay, like, now it's time to get into, like, to kick some ass. I'm Spider-Man, damn it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just I really think that there aren't a lot of movies, like, it seems like such a universal concept of the hero doubting themselves, right? Like, they're not good enough. But I just don't know how well it's always been executed to this level.
Okay,
in major movies,
so,
you know?
So you even like the execution of all of it. So I agree with you. I love the internal debate.
Some of the execution.
Yeah. So I think there's really good ideas, and a lot of it is really nicely executed. And I love the conflict he has with himself. I think it gives a nice little fresh take, something different that we don't see a lot, and it builds on the whole responsibility factor that makes him, Spider-Man. He wants to do his own thing finally. He wants to be happy for himself, but then at the end, he owns it. This is who I am. This is my responsibility. You get those little talks from Aunt May that kind of like wake him up a little bit to it. But there's just the ways they go about it. I don't really care for sometimes, and it's more so sometimes it's believability. He loses his powers. That's fine. I don't. So like the little things, like when he loses his powers, this guy falls, right? He falls a lot, building heights. And somehow he doesn't get hurt at all. This guy should die from falling that high, correct? I mean, when you...
So I don't think he, like, fully loses his powers, because then we get the raindrops keep falling on my head montage, right?
Right.
So he falls before then, and then he's like, that's it. I'm done being Spider-Man. So I think at that point, he still has, like, some of the Spider-Man powers to him. And then during that montage, he loses all of it almost.
So you're saying he might still have his super strength?
A little bit.
Okay. Here's my thing. Even if you have super strength, you're falling from like Empire State Building high. You're landing straight on your spine on a fucking dumpster. and you're not hurt at all, I don't think super strength gives you the ability of like to absorb any. You're not a cartoon, and that's I think
he's a comic book character.
Correct.
Yeah.
But even Spider-Man would die from that. I'm sorry. He falls 3 times in that movie, and
I don't think Spider-Man does fall from falls like that. Does die from falls like that in the comics. He can fall a good bit.
Yeah.
He falls on his spine on a.
I know, but durability, like super durability, is a thing in comics too.
Right, but he lost his powers. Like he.
Yeah,
okay,
but
then it's convenient. Then it's convenient that he lost his web power and his gripping power, but he kept his super strength.
Yeah, I never took it as like he lost all of his powers. I just think they were lower because his like, I don't know if this is dumb or naive, but like his heart wasn't really in it and he was conflicted, and that's why his powers weren't as strong as they normally were, and that's why when MJ gets taken, he's like suddenly superhero to the max, Spider-Man.
So I do think he loses his power during the sunshine montage because he can't see anymore.
So when he falls onto the car, he doesn't have any of those powers, right?
Yeah, but I think he's like, because he kind of gradually loses them. I think at that point he's like, all right, I'm back. Like, I'm going to try to do it again. And I think like that's like his powers were coming back a little bit. Because when he jumps, he thinks, oh, I'm back. Like he thinks so there's something that he's feeling again there. He's probably like, oh, I'm back. Like I'm doing it. And then he fucking falls and he hurts his back.
Right. His powers are gone when he's falling because he lost it.
I don't think they're gone.
Come on.
Yeah,
that's all right. That's
either.
crazy.
I think they're starting to come back. Why is it crazy? Because the whole arc is he's gradually losing his powers, loses powers, and then he's gaining his powers back, and then he gains his powers back. So there's a part in between when he falls.
There's a minor level of the power then, but that does not mean you just don't get hurt.
He does get hurt. He says my back, his back is messed up, and then obviously it heals because he gets more because he's Spider-Man again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess all right.
What you should be complaining about is how come Doc Ock can take a fucking bag of coins to the face and not get knocked out? That's just a man.
Well, I didn't even get to any of like.
That's just a man.
That's true.
He just every time Spider-Man punches him, his jaw should have been flown off. It should have been gone. It's not like Green Goblin, where like Green Goblin is like a physical match for him, right? Every time Doc Ock gets hit by Spider-Man, he should be out like a light.
Here's a note that I have. When Peter meets Doc Ock's wife, the first question she asks him is, do you have a girlfriend? What kind of first question is that to ask a person?
His answer is even more ridiculous.
Are you having
like,
regular sexual intercourse with another human?
Like, what?
Why does he say, I don't really know? He knows he's not with MJ. She's engaged.
Obviously don't. Mm-hmm.
Oh, because he's a dumbass, Josh.
Answer.
We've covered this.
He is, and it bothers me.
But to talk about something good, let's talk about that scene when Doc Ock is in the operating room.
Yep, I have
and
that
it just
down.
becomes a fucking horror movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The POV of the arms, very very Evil Dead, and he has the chainsaw in there.
Oh, when the one surgeon's getting fucking dragged into the shadows and her nails scrape the floor. Yeah. There's another moment I love where the guy grabs the chainsaw and then it's just like a cut to just the chainsaw, like in like him holding it, like just his hand in the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I have a question that I don't really understand about the arms. So first off, forget the arms invention. This guy creates a chip to separate. I mean, that's crazy in and of itself, but he doesn't really like. That's something right there you can kind of like go into, but I don't know how he creates that. But the chip that separates his brain from the personality of the arms. Can someone explain how these arms are built? Are they built to be evil? Or are they just built, like, what are they built for? Because they eventually get an evil mind. Where
it is like a good question. Did he build the arms to be jerks?
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me because they take over. But why are they evil? Why does he all of a sudden have evil intentions? He wants to kill people. Well, he doesn't want to kill people. He's fine with killing people, though. Like,
yeah,
it
I
corrupts
think it's
him
more
to be.
Okay. Let me answer it. I think because the arms were built for one purpose. And the only things the arms want to accomplish is that one purpose, is to build his fucking science experiment. So I think that the arms taking over his mind, it just makes his mind a one-track mind where I want to get this done. I will do anything it takes. So it's almost like when you're given, like, okay, to make a weird reference, there's a Rick and Morty bit where Rick builds a robot to pass him the butter on the table. And the robot becomes sentient and he goes, "What is my purpose?" And Rick goes, "You pass butter." And he passes him the butter. He goes, "What is my purpose?" And he goes, "You pass butter." And the robot looks at its hands and goes, "Oh my God," because it realizes that's its only purpose in life. So I think that's kind of the arms. The arms, that's their only purpose in life. They don't give a shit about people, like living or dying, right? My question is, can't the arms work on their own? Because he's
well, they
out,
do,
right?
He doesn't control, like, they definitely, well, does he control them, like, every single thing? I mean, I know he controls, like, a lot, like, but do they make him control them the way they want to be controlled?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's weird because why do they even need him to be conscious if like, they can just, do what they want to do? I know his arms, like, his arm movements do control them, like when he's fighting Spider-Man. Sometimes and stuff, but there's like it's murky. It's murky because it's kind of vague and not explained. It's just like, we need a villain. Let's do Doc Ock. He's the villain, you know.
And I want to know how he built the arms to have that goal and only that goal. How do you go about that? It just so that
I think it's an artificial intelligence, isn't it? He says.
Yeah. So
yeah, he just programmed an AI.
But if you can program it, why don't you program it to have a little bit more depth than just like one goal, so you don't have to worry about them corrupting your mind, or you have to create another. Why don't you just create like a little bit more in line of what you are, rather than just say,
yeah, why don't you create him to read poetry?
Instead of putting the attention in that chip to put that barrier in, why don't you just put that, because that took a lot of work, I'm sure. Just put more of that energy into creating the arms to be more you.
Also, why don't you make the energy impervious to something like, I don't know, heat, if you're going to be controlling the sun, the power of the sun. Make the chip heat resistant.
Yeah.
I love that this dude is saddling up, right, standing in front of the power of the sun. He's got just a fucking tank top on. Like, I got it. Goggles and a tank top. Nailed it.
And how is he not hot? That close to the, like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He should be melted.
And also,
he's just a man. See, here, this is the problem, Josh. When Spider-Man falls and hits his back on a dumpster, I can believe it because he's Spider-Man. When Doc Ock gets a face full of bags of coins that should kill a normal person, destroy their face, that's the problem I have.
You're right.
He's just a man.
Let me just explain this. When I'm watching this movie, I'm thinking he loses everything because he doesn't have his web. So I'm thinking, oh, his strength is gone too. He's not.
Yeah, but it's not gone at that point.
Yeah, well, in my head it was.
It's not fully gone, yeah.
How convenient. I got more of that convenience. It's very convenient. I have a big point that we're probably going to go into that really bothers me with this movie, and it's just from a scene. It's just a scene. I mean, I can go into it now. It's more with Doc Ock.
Okay.
This is a smart guy. For that interaction for the tritium, he needs to bring Harry Spider-Man. Harry says, "You will find Spider-Man by Peter Parker." You already know where I'm going with it.
Yep.
So you need Spider-Man. He also just throws in, "Don't hurt Peter." Forget that. He doesn't care. He might hurt him if he needs to.
Yeah, that part, really, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Peter's at this very small coffee shop in New York City somehow, and he's with MJ, the love of his life, that will help Doc Ock give him a hostage, but we're going to go into that. Somehow Doc Ock spots him in a coffee shop. His back is turned to the window. I don't know how he knows he's there. And if he knew long before, why'd he take so long to, fight him? But he hurls a car at this very human kid that he does not know is Spider-Man.
Right.
This will kill him. You will not get the information you need. You will not achieve your goal and get the trinium you need. You already know. It just bothers me. It doesn't make sense for the character. It doesn't, and it's just, and the convenience of Mary Jane, of him just happening to stumble upon Peter when he's with Mary Jane, and he's like, oh, the girlfriend, I'm going to take her too, to really make this interesting. It's just so, like, it's just placed there so perfectly just to move it forward. And that's what I have a problem with.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You know what also doesn't make sense? After he kidnaps Aunt May and then Spider-Man, takes her away or whatever, the cops just fucking start open firing at him, and he's on the side of a building.
Yep, apartment building.
Like an apartment building or like an office building in New York, and it's like, they don't do that.
And also, I mean, maybe the weather was calling for spots of rain. It's nice as shit outside. Why does she have an umbrella? How convenient.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It saves her life, though. It saves her life. Also, if she didn't hit him in the eye with the... I mean, Spider-Man was still grabbing that arm whether or not she did that, right? He wasn't going to get... It almost looked like because she did that, he was able... Like, the arm didn't stab him, you know?
Yeah, that's the way it's played, but I see what you mean. We should get into my biggest gripe of this movie.
Ooh, I bet I like it.
So,
is it the yellow cake?
So, in this movie, there's a character. I don't remember her name. She's the landlord's daughter. She's very sweet. She's very nice. She's always very sweet to Peter. And, at this point in the movie, Peter has just gotten shit on the entire fucking movie, right? And she comes to him, and first off, she barges into his apartment. And then she's like, "Oh, sorry, I should knock." And then she leaves, and then she knocks, right? It's kind of a cute moment, right? And then she asks him, "Would you like some chocolate cake?" And Peter's like, "Yeah, I would like some chocolate cake." Hard cut to him finishing the cake. There are crumbs of yellow cake with smears of chocolate icing on the plate. She has a somewhat eaten, I would say about 3/4 eaten piece of yellow cake with chocolate icing. That is not a chocolate cake in the slightest. This is a yellow cake with chocolate icing.
This is the blue bench for you.
This is the fucking blue bench. Either change the fucking line or have the fucking props department make a fucking chocolate cake. How hard can that be? Go buy a Betty Crocker mix, Sam Raimi. I mean, Jesus Christ. Go buy an Entenmann's. I mean, what are we doing here?
I was gonna say, I would love to be in Conscious and have that be my biggest gripe of the movie. This should be rated so high. I hope Colin gives this nothing short of like a 90 from if that's his biggest.
It's not my biggest nitpick in the movie. It's something that I've seen this movie so many times, and I just noticed it the one time watching it, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not fucking chocolate cake.
Yeah, I actually didn't put that together either, to be honest, until you brought it up.
It's so weird.
I don't like that he tossed...
Obviously, I'm joking though. I don't give a shit about what what kind of cake the chocolate. It's just weird that someone decided let's put chocolate cake in the script, and they don't give him chocolate cake. What?
So I think my thing that similar to yours, I guess my least favorite thing about this movie, and it's even smaller, is the freeze frame.
I love the freeze frame.
Oh, I hate the freeze frame.
It's hilarious.
It's the cheesiest
you guys
thing.
don't think it's funny?
It is
Michelle,
hilarious.
Okay, yeah. If we're talking for giving me a laugh in my life, yes, I love the freeze frame. But for the movie, I don't understand what it's telling me. It looks corny. It looks very amateur. It's like...
Yeah.
Let me lay this on you, Josh.
Yeah.
How do you feel that big old bite of hot dog?
Oh,
How do you
I love
feel
it.
about that big old bite of hot dog?
That is so delicious. No, that's a really funny part. I will say this. Another point that Peter's an asshole. I get you're not Spider-Man. You've lost your powers at this point probably when he's, strolling in New York to raindrops. He's probably like gone of his powers. So I get you can't defend yourself as well as you could, but you see a kid getting mugged, getting the shit kicked out of him. Your solution is just turn away and walk away. I get it's not your responsibility, but you were never an asshole. You built your life around protecting people. You can't at least call someone or get a cop involved. You just look and turn away and walk away. I don't think he'd do that.
That's New York, baby.
Yeah, I don't think
Hey,
Peter Parker
that's
would
what
do
they
that.
do
That's
in
the
New
thing.
York.
Even
Tell him, Michelle.
Yeah.
That's what they do in New York, baby.
No.
You put your head
That's what they do
down.
in New York.
Hey, you put your fucking head down and you don't get fucking stabbed.
not in this movie. This continues.
I get what
this
you're
continues
saying.
the cliche. Let's get together, New York as a family. Let's help one another. They do it in the first. They do it in this one on the train.
It's way better in this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely, it is.
Because in the first one, I think it was added. I think it was a post 9/11 scene. They like added that in.
Oh really?
Yeah, in this one, it's like he just fucking saved our lives.
Yeah.
We're not telling anyone.
Yeah. No, that's
a
no, that's a
goddamn
good part.
thing about this kid.
Mm-hmm. But the
There is the part where he says he's just a boy, no older than my son. It's like, oh, so your son's a 30-year-old man.
they're really trying to drill that this guy is like 18 or
He's
or
supposed
20
to be 19,
or
right?
19.
Something like that.
But yeah, I don't like the mugging part. That really bothers me. It's just like I don't know. But
Peter is like struggling because he wants to help, but he also doesn't.
Yeah,
you know?
and
and that's where he becomes selfish.
And yeah.
But he becomes less selfish when when the
Right.
building's on fire, and he's still the guy that will run into a burning building.
okay.
You know,
So since I was incorrect in saying believability, you can't fault me on this. This 2-year-old will not lift this guy up. That is a cheesy moment. It's a sweet moment. I get it, but
if anything, she's a bigger burden by
Yeah.
grabbing onto his hand.
yeah, like,
She's actually just weighing him down.
and like I said to you guys, how did she get left in the building and the parents are just outside the building? I want to know this. I don't understand that.
That's the thing, Josh. They were trying to kill her.
I think so.
They started the fire.
I think
started
so.
the fire.
Yeah.
It's the only answer.
Yeah.
One thing as great. So I'm assuming you guys like the train scene. It's like everyone's favorite part of this movie, I think.
Yeah. It's great. Chicago.
So something that really bothers me in it.
Shut up.
Something that really bugs me is the stupidity of the villain. I just don't like when this happens. He grabs 2 people, throws them one at a time for Spider-Man to save them both, and he just gives up on that. Why doesn't he throw more? You have 4 arms. Get more than 2. Don't give up just because he saved one at a time. Why don't you try throwing both at the same? Now, I'm not saying I want this to happen, but I'm just saying I would just be a better villain than Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. Why try to kill 4 people at once when you can
So that's
kill
my
a
next
train full
point.
of people at once?
He damages the thing, so it's just going full speed. No, can't stop it. And he says, you have a train to catch, and he leaves. Why leave? Why not stay on the train to make sure this happens so you don't give him time to like try and save them? Just stay on for a little bit. Stall him, fight him more so he doesn't have time to like figure out how to stop it, you know?
Because he wants him to stop it.
He does?
Yes. He wants him to stop it and get exhausted stopping it because he wants to bring him alive to Harry.
I don't think he expects him to die. I
don't think he's thinking, I necessarily want to kill these people. I think he's thinking, I need to tire this dude out. Okay, he just showed that he's going to try to save pretty much everyone, even while fighting me. So let's fuck up this train. He's going to try to stop a moving train. That's going to kick his ass. And then I can just take him. I think that's his thought process.
But it's most likely not going to happen. You have more, like, it's 90% in his head that these people are going to die. So I think his, I didn't take that as him wanting to tire him out. It could be. I don't know.
Oh, that's exactly how I took it. I don't think Doc Ock is like this maniac that wants to kill a bunch of people. He's just like, he has a goal. He needs to get Spider-Man to James Franco.
But he tries to kill people like sometimes throughout the movie. Like he drops Aunt May, or he takes Aunt May because and then he says, don't follow me. And then he drops Aunt May and he goes, Butterfingers, because he wants Spider-Man to go save her instead of fucking dealing with him. Okay. Then explain this reaction. When he throws the people one at a time, you could see anger in his face that he just saved them.
Well, that's a villain bullshit thing. You got me there. He doesn't really, yeah. That's not consistent.
He says, I can't get him with this. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to damage the train to make sure this train goes into the river. So it looks like his motive is trying to kill, like, these people on the train. So,
but I don't think it is. I think it's
no. I'm just saying
just for him to capture Spider-Man.
I'm saying how they portray it, and
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not convoluted because he had to be like, how can I tire this guy out? all right, let's get him on a train and let's derail the train. And then he'll maybe stop it and then I'll take him. And it's like, that's kind of convoluted.
Yeah, but I do like, well, I mean, yeah, I like when he stops the train. That's great. Then when they
I like when he goes through the fucking bridge overhead. When Spider-Man goes through the bridge, he makes himself tiny. He like makes himself straight and he just goes like through it.
He Ant-Mans that shit. But yeah, I like when they carry him like over their heads in the train. Like that's a good moment.
Oh, the Jesus Christ imagery.
Yeah. Fuck
Michelle,
it.
what parts do you like?
Oh yeah, we got so caught up.
Josh and I have been arguing.
I mean, I like the operating room scene and the train scene. That's great. I love the raindrops falling on my head montage. What a joyous experience.
That's my least favorite part of the movie.
The montage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I laugh at it, but I don't like it for the movie.
That and the song choice that they make when Peter's getting ready to see MJ's play the first time.
Yeah.
Fucking really weird.
The one, you tried so hard to be someone that you forgot who you are, that whole thing.
Is that the song?
It's like the lyrics from the song.
Yeah.
The song's called Hold On by Jet.
Weird.
I looked it up.
I know Jet had another song.
The song choices are hilarious. Every single one of them, right down to like the end credits song choice.
But do you like them because they give you a laugh, or because they're like they work for the film?
I like them because they give me a laugh.
Okay, all right, then yeah. There's a lot I love.
And they don't like. I'm sure there's better song choices, but they're not like the worst song choice that could have been chosen. Yeah. I mean, the "Punch Me, I Bleed" line is great. I love that line.
So
Wrote
bad.
it down.
So bad.
You know what's funny? I think earlier they're talking about. He says something like we should get back on or something, and MJ says you can't get off if you never got on. And it's like that's like a Seinfeld line. Like I can picture Jerry saying something like that to George. You can't get off if you never got on.
I could see
it's
it
like
too.
What? And then she hails that cab. She hails the cab that's just parked there.
That's just parked. Yeah. Just the last thing was also James Franco's acting. It's good.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine.
Joe, are you fine with it?
I'm fine with it.
I never noticed it until someone pointed out, and they were like, "He's not doing a good job." And I'm like, you know what? He does throw away some of these lines where he's like, "No, it can't be." When he's like Spider-Man revealed.
Wait, didn't you just say he was good?
I think she was joking.
Joking.
I thought she was serious.
Oh, I thought I was gonna say using the term "good" to describe him in this movie is interesting.
I wouldn't call him bad. I would just call him like
not his best.
No, definitely not.
You know, I think he can be a good actor.
I would call him
serviceable,
borderline bewildering at times. And not in a good way, and not necessarily in a bad way.
Yeah.
Let me just say.
Ooh.
Oh yes.
Wait, why does he get the Goblin? Why does he envision Norman? Because Norman starts to envision the Goblin in the mirror when he's already taken the serum. Harry just does it.
Yeah.
It just happens to Harry.
It's very convenient.
He's just going.
So
crazy.
he's just lost his mind.
Yep, he's just
I think that's just the implication, is that he's snapped after seeing Peter's Spider-Man. But it just happens. There's no build up to it. There's no foreshadowing. If there was foreshadowing to it, I'd be like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it definitely was. They wrote that scene in because the guy said hello. I mean, that's so it's very.
That scene doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
At all.
I'm gonna add one note to the end. Maybe like two notes. So Doc Ock has the ability. I mean, after the pep talk with Peter, that's all he needed to overpower these arms. I don't know. It just seemed. I don't know. So you have.
No. You listen to me.
Oh yeah. Listen to me now. I don't know.
You listen to me now.
I don't care for that part, but I also had a question, like a genuine question. He dies like instantly. He drowns. Why doesn't? I mean, he could try and swim up, you know, and this might go to Colin's point that the arms only have one purpose. Do they not try to save him because that thing is drowning? And that's, I don't know, are they just kind of dying with what they're meant to? But
would the arms be too heavy?
But he controls them, so he can have them
Yes, but would the arms be too heavy to be effective to effectively create enough force within the water
Maybe.
to propel him
So you're saying he drowned because it was just too heavy
Yeah.
to...
It could be that.
Yeah.
It could also just be because
That might answer
they
my
didn't want him
questions.
in the next movie.
I'm just going to have that answer my question because they are pretty heavy. So maybe, yeah. Because, I mean, those arms probably couldn't create enough resistance to, like, bring him up enough. So, I mean, were they like 100?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Whatever.
They're pretty
It's-
heavy.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I have. I can end this, just kind of reiterate the fact that Mary Jane is not a good person in this. And
That
it ends-
montage is cheesy too.
Yep, I hate when she's leaving and it's like a happy moment. It's like a glorifying moment. And no, I'm not trying to be happy for this girl. She just did what she did. That's not okay. She's not a good person for that.
And she gets the line. She gets the go get him tiger line, and she does not deserve that line. That's such. Listen, Mary Jane is like this fucking firecracker, sarcastic in the comics, right? She's quick-witted. She's a great character in the comics. This is not the fucking Mary Jane in the comics.
Yeah, this is
at
not
all.
a good portrayal.
Like, it's not accurate in the slightest. All right, well, let's score this motherfucker.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
Not me.
Let's save Josh for last.
Okay.
I'll
Colin,
go
you
first. All right. Boom. I'm just going to hit it. I really like this movie. I'll go 77.
All right, I'll go next. I'm going to give it an 80.
Colin, you were almost dead on my ratings. 76. I'm going at a 95.
Ooh. Yeah, I also really like this one.
So I think last week I fucked up how I did the calculations. I gave them like individual scores. I don't give them individual score. I give it a total score at the end, a total percentage at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think last week months ago, I gave them all individual, like our individual percentages, which doesn't make any sense. Woo! This is a big old score. 81.5%
Solid.
on milkshake tomatoes, rotten milkshake.
Solid rating. Yeah, this is
that's a
overall
good
this is a
rating.
really good film. Lot of great action. I think a big step up from the first. Well, a decent step up from the first one.
It is funny. I never thought there was a major difference between this movie and the second movie before I rewatched them for the show. And yeah, there is a significant difference.
Yeah.
I agree.
Cool. Good shit, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think that tops our collective Elf rating though. I think Elf was.
I don't think so either. But next week, I mean, just to give a little taste, we're going to put some dirt in your eye next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it'll be trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be trash. Yeah. You want a podcast? Get religion. That doesn't make sense.
No, we'll just be horsing around.
Our spider sense will be tingling. If you know what I'm talking about.
All right, before we quote the whole movie.
Well, if you like what you're listening to, feel free to leave us a good review and look out for new episodes every Tuesday. You can find us wherever podcasts are found: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, so on and so forth. Also, make sure to follow us on social media on Instagram and Facebook at Millennial Milkshake, and we have a Twitter at MilkBasedPod. You can follow Colin at The Last Call, spelled COL, on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can follow Josh at Joshy_124. That's Joshy with an IE on Instagram. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Michelle Thoughts. That's Thoughts, like the way you think. Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for eating a big ol' hot dog as the cops drive by with me. And stay punch me, I bleedy. Holy shit. Michelle's fucking there's a fire.
Do you think Parker's saving it?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Watching it go by.
He's not in LA. He's in New York. Spider-Man's famously from New York.
Yeah, but it was filmed in LA too.
I'm done.
All right, guys, stay webby.
Oh, because it was mostly filmed in LA and New York. Are you still Oh, you guys aren't recording still? I'm still recording. I think I'm going to keep recording. This is just me and the audience now. Hello, audience. Michelle and Josh have stopped recording. They have no power over what's going to happen right now. And I just want to say that that game was bullshit and I should have won. Bye.